Yeah, I'm gonna tell my first experience with the DPH. My first video about this was all fucked, so I'm gonna redo it. Um, so it's kind of like two trips in one, but it's like it's like one experience, if you know what I mean. But anyway, I was in eighth grade or something. I was super young. I was like 13, and I was watching a lot of trip reports. Um, for DPH, and like I was doing DXM at the time, I think. So like DXM, DPH, whatever. I think I was watching like someone that's no one. That's the main channel I used to watch it a lot, and a bunch of others like Tales from the Trip, like the normal. But yeah, it was like after eighth grade or before ninth grade, like that summer, I think. And like I said, I was watching a whole bunch of trip reports about it, and I thought it was pretty interesting. I always heard, like at the beginning of the videos, never try it, never do it, never whatever with it. Uh, and I was like, okay, I guess I won't do it, but I'll watch trip reports about it. And then for some reason, during that summer, I started thinking more of actually doing it because, like, I know about Benadryl. I know it. Like, I used to take it a bunch, like to go to sleep. Not take a bunch, like all at once, but I've been taking it for like years for like sleep and allergies. So I'm like I have this shit. I can just do it once. It's pretty stupid, but yeah. So one night I had like the packet or the bottle. I don't remember what I had. Probably I think I had a packet, and it's already nighttime. Everyone's in bed, and I'm in bed, and I'm watching like Good Mythical Morning at the time, some stupid shit, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna dose 200 milligrams. A little dose, 200 milligrams, and watch Good Mythical Morning. Apparently, um, I was like 80 pounds at the time, so 200 milligrams. Yeah, that fucked me up. So I took the 8 pills, and I'm kind of just waiting. Like I said, watching Good Mythical Morning for whatever reason, and my the first thing I noticed was my mouth was like super dry, and I felt hella heavy, and like my eyes took time to register movement. Like if I were to look left to right, it's like I could see the whole room move. I don't know. It was like some lag shit. So I was like, okay, I guess it's kicking in. I guess I don't see. I mean, I don't know what I expected. I only took 200. I did see shit, but I don't know what I really expected. So I'm kind of bummed out, thinking that's kind of it. Um, just felt heavy and like a little nauseous. But no, as like I don't know, like 30 minutes later, 45 minutes later after that, I see what I thought was like dirt on my dresser, like on one of the doors or the top of one of the dresser doors or whatever. It looked like it was dirty. And I went to go look, and it was a line of ants, but it was like a PNG. That's what it kind of looked like. It did not look real. It looked 2D. And I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? And I'm staring. And when you stare on Benadryl, that shit gets worse. And I'm staring at the ants, and they start to move, but they're also like stuck in a certain position, kind of like a PNG. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like a picture, just on my dresser. But no, they started moving, and I was like, oh shit, it's kicking in. Like, okay, yeah. I kind of like this, seeing the ants. It's just ants. And then I see like translucent, transparent. I don't really know the term. they were kind of like see-through spiders. I don't know if I could have seen exactly through them, but it was something like that, like translucent glass kind of spider looking things. And they were pretty big. They're like the size of my hand. Like they were everywhere, all over my TV and dresser. And I'm hella happy at this point. This is all I really wanted, was to see the spiders and I guess the ants. And I'm watching those big ass spiders and they look real as hell. I mean, other than the fact that they're like translucent, I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, the only thing that I've tried at the time was like DXM, Xanax, and weed. Like that's all I was doing. So actually, like this is probably my first time like actually hallucinating, like anything. Um, so as a 13-year-old, I'm pretty like hyped up about it, I guess. And that goes on for like 30, 45 minutes, whatever. We're just watching the spiders and the ants. And then I start to zone out. And I'm staring like at the wall in front of me. Yeah, I'm just zoning out at the wall. And then from the ceiling, from like above me, right in front of me, this huge ass translucent spider, like the size of a tire, like a big ass truck tire, like hella big, like bigger than my head. That shit was huge. Came down from the ceiling right in front of my face, like this close to my face. And I got scared. I was scared as fuck. Man, that scared the fuck out of me. I could see the fangs. Like it was like I could kind of see through it. It's like it looked like it was made out of glass, kind of. But I could kind of see through it, like almost like if like a ghost, like it's invisible. But I could see the fangs. I could see the eyes. I could see its mouth moving. I could see the fangs coming out. And it scared the fuck out of me and hid under the covers. Like that would do anything. But I hid under the covers, and my heart is going. I don't know. I'm about to have a panic attack at this point. Like that shit scared me half to death. My heart was going so fast I could barely breathe, and I'm under the covers, and I'm like, oh fuck. I regret taking this shit now. Should have never took no Benadryl. And I find like 10 minutes later I get the courage to peek from out the covers, and I'm not sure if I saw anything at first. But if you've seen like the Fresno, okay. So I saw the Fresno night crawlers. Apparently, they're translucent again still, but like it was like legs walking without a body. They're all over my room. If you look up like the Fresno night crawlers, exactly what they look like. It's like whitish, translucent, and they're like a pair of pants or like a pair of legs just walking. And there's a whole bunch of them in my room. At the other side of my room, and I'm scared. I'm hiding under the covers again. I'm like, fuck, like this shit's scary. Like this is way too scary. And nothing much happened after that. I went to sleep, I think. Like I was too scared to experience the rest of the trip or whatever. But that was just day one. The day after, either I like had plans to go to my friend's house, or like I made plans during that morning. I don't know. But I was going to my friend's house, and thinking I'm dead sober. I don't feel anything. And yeah, I'm getting ready to go to his house. And I started zoning out again. And like these little pieces like of lint, like on my bed, I was just staring at them. And they would grow antennas and they would grow limbs, like insects, and they would just crawl around my bed. And I would blink and they would go away, go back to lint. And in my mind, I thought I was sober. Like I was still fucked up on the Benadryl, I guess. And like no, I'm seeing like a lint crawl around my room and or crawl around my bed. I'm like, yeah, I'm sober. I'm gonna do Benadryl again at my friend's house. Yeah, I called him up for something. And I'm like, I'm taking 300 milligrams at your house, like a dumbass, like fucking dickhead. And I don't know what he said. I mean, he let me, so I ride my bike. I have the Benadryl, and I go to his house. I'm like, yo, I got the Benadryl. I got the fucking Benadryl. I'm gonna take it. And before that, we smoke. We were smoking like we usually do. We were smoking for a while. I don't really remember, but at some point, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take 300. I took 200 last night, so I'm gonna take 300 at your house. And it's so dumb to think about, but yeah. So I take it, and then like an hour, like 45 minutes, an hour later, I don't know, like around that time later, it's at least starting to kick in because I'm seeing these huge ass spiders, not as big as that, the big one that scared me last night, the night prior, but I was seeing huge ass spiders all around his walls and shit. Translucent still. They didn't have any color or anything, but I I was like, okay, this is cool. I mean, this is little stronger, okay, but I could not like the body load was getting a little too much. I was feeling very nauseous and just very heavy and sick. But at the time, like, I could handle it. And his brother walks in and he's like, "Oh, you guys trying to walk to the CVS with me? I'll buy y'all like a drink or something." So we go and we're walking, and it's bright as hell. It is bright. Like when you're on Benadryl, shit, shit is just bright outside. I don't know. Like it's already super bright outside, but your eyes are like so sensitive, and I can't even look up. So I'm like looking down at the ground, like at the sidewalk while we're walking, because I can't look up because it's too bright. And like I see these patterns in the sidewalk, and they they formed dicks in the sidewalks, like in the sidewalk that I was walking on. It was just constantly forming dicks everywhere. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's some delirium shit, I guess. And so I'm laughing about it with my friend at the time, and I guess we're making jokes. But yeah, we get into the CVS, and I'm still talking about the dicks in the sidewalk, and I didn't get any cue to shut the fuck up. So I'm just in the sidewalk. I mean, I'm in the CVS, pretty much like half yelling about dicks in the sidewalk, because I'm pretty sure he told me to shut up at one point or a few times, or that I was being too loud, and I'm like, shit, no, I'm not, or something. Like I was being hell loud for no reason. I had no sense of how loud it was. So I get a Red Bull, fucking Red Bull. I'm already on Benadryl. My heart's going already, and I get a Red Bull. I drink that on the way back, and then I guess I'm like still coming up as we're walking there and back. Cause when I got back at his house, all hell broke loose visually. So I walk in his house. Okay, so you walk into his house. First thing you see is this straight hallway, right? So, and his room is in that hallway. So that's where I'm looking at as soon as I open the door. And I open the door and I see the hallway, and it's infinitely shrinking. But it's not getting any smaller, but it is. It's like constantly shrinking. It's like kind of like, I forget the term, but if you see like psychedelic replications, I think it's called like sliding or something, or melting. Yeah, it's like that, but it wasn't like acid melting or shroom melting. It was like I was in hell. Literally, it felt like I was in hell. Well, not at this point, uh, but it just felt like it looked like the house was in a furnace and everything was just melting off in a super bad way, like in a horror movie way, not in like a psychedelic trippy way. I mean, it was trippy because every like how was something infinitely getting smaller and smaller, but never actually getting smaller? I don't know. So that's what it looked like, and I'm like, oh fuck, it's really kicking in. It's like fuck. So I get to his room, and now I'm in hell because the lighting is all different. The lighting is this like scary like yellow color, that like disgusting yellow color, like in a horror movie. And um yeah, his walls are like dripping pretty much. His walls are dripping off. The yeah, and his ceiling is like falling down. So his ceiling is infinitely like his room is infinitely getting smaller, same as the hallway and his doorway. They're all like getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, but it's not. Um, and it's I think I said this in my last video, or in the last time I tried to explain this, but it was like being in a furnace. It was like his room was literally melting off, not like a psychedelic, not like no psychedelic way, like actually melting, like the wall itself, and the room is like shrinking, like it's like it's melting, like I said. But and I'm starting to get a little overstimulated, a little paranoid at this point, because my heart feels like it's going like 180, and I'm hot, and I'm fucking on Benadryl, right? And so I'm kind of tweaking a little bit. All the movement was making me nauseous too. But I'm maintaining my composure, and I'm trying to have a good time at my friend's house on Benadryl. So that's what I tried to do. I'm just talking with them. We're watching YouTube or something. I have no clue what we're watching. If we were watching anything, shit, I have no clue. But at some point, I closed my eyes. And if you've seen, so if you know Stas Constantine, he makes some pretty good replications, like some of the best I've ever seen personally. So he has, if you look at like Stas Constantine, Delirium, DPH, closed eye visual replications, it looked just like that, a 1-to-1 of that, like exactly like that. It was like these brown swirl, like it was just, I'm in this realm or something. I'm in this brown realm, and these brown black swirls, whatever, and they're like, and I keep seeing these images, but they're keep changing at like super fast. Like as soon as I can process one of the images, boom, it switches to another one. I don't really remember what the images were. I know one of them was like a spider, and that was it. That's all I remember. There were so many images. Like I had my eyes closed for maybe like 10 seconds, and I saw like hundreds of different images. Um, but yeah, for real, look up Stats Constantine Delirium closed eye visual replication. That's what I was seeing, And I have watched Stas's replications before, so I'm like, oh shit, this is exactly what I've seen. Like I get hyped again. I'm like, shit, I know this. I've seen this. I know about this. I'm fine now. And I'm telling Jacob about, or my friend at the time, about it, and he probably doesn't give a fuck, but I'm hyped at the time. But the hype doesn't last for very long. Um, I start to feel even more nauseous. My heart is going even faster, and I'm getting very paranoid. I'm getting extremely paranoid. I was just getting so scared, and I was kind of just looking at his wall, like zoning out at his wall, I guess. And his wall had like this um texture to it, like these dots or these like popcorn texture, whatever. And I was looking at it, and it was moving around, and I'm watching the texture on his wall just move around. Uh, I don't know, and I don't know if I can explain how they're moving. It was moving very weirdly. I don't know, but yeah. And then the dots or the texture popcorn wall things, whatever. They form into these like ancient Aztec tribal people, like these Native American looking tribal faces, because there were just two faces, and they were talking to each other. And my and I'm amazed. I'm looking. I'm like, what the fuck? There's faces in the wall talking to each other, but it was dead silent. It was like eerily silent. Their mouths are moving, but they're not really saying anything. And I can't take my eyes off them. I'm like mesmerized. And then they look at me. Both of them just turn around and look at me. And that kind of took me back a little bit. I'm kind of getting scared again. And then they go back to looking at each other, and they start arguing. Like they make this frown face, and like they get real mad, and they start arguing to each other. They're not making any noise. They're not saying anything that I could hear. But yeah, like they're talking normally, like a normal conversation, and then they see me, and because they see me, they get all mad, and they start arguing or like looking pissed, and they're fucking yelling at each other. And I'm like, oh fuck, okay, and I kind of just look away. Um, damn, I don't remember too much after that. I know it was getting to a point where I could not handle it anymore. I couldn't handle the visuals. I couldn't handle the body load. I felt like I was gonna have a panic attack and a heart attack at the same time, and I'm on the verge of just freaking the fuck out. Like my composure is running out very fast. I cannot take this, and I call my grandma to pick me up, to take me home, because I wasn't trying to ride my bike. I probably would have died if I ride my bike. In the Florida heat, in the summer, on fucking Benadryl, hadn't drinking anything other than a Red Bull. Fuck no. I would have died. Going home, riding fucking however many miles it is over there. But I remember getting in the car, I was still freaking out, but I wasn't freaking out as much. And I go home. Yeah, I don't really remember much. Wait, I could have been in ninth grade. I think I might remember what happened the day after. I don't know. Like, officially, what I remember is my grandma taking me home. And I don't know really what happens after that. But I kind of have a memory of in ninth grade, Oh wait. No, that's a whole different story. That's my other trip report on DPH. My favorite trip on DPH. Um, yeah, I was in ninth grade at the time, and the day after, I think it was that trip. It's like the day after that trip, or the day after I took 400 milligrams for the first time. I don't know, something. I remember taking a big ass dose and going home, or going to school the next morning, and I was drinking a lot of energy drinks at the time, and at school in the vending machines they had Rockstar. Yeah, I think that's what I liked. I was drinking like a Rockstar or something, or like a Bang, and I I don't know if it was just me, but drinking all that caffeine kind of like intensified the trip again. Like after drinking the Bang or the Rockstar, whatever I had, I was tripping at school again and hadn't even taken anything. It was fucked. But yeah, I guess enough ranting. I don't know why. That just came to mind. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, my first experience with Benadryl. It was not my last. Oh my god. Never get addicted to Benadryl. That shit fucks you up in a bad way, in a very bad way. Um, I'm gonna redo a couple of my trip reports because they're just fucking bad. Like half of my trip reports is just me withdrawing in my room, looking like shit and talking to the camera. So yeah, I lost my notebook with my small trip reports on them, like small little memories that I have. If I find my notebook again, I'll make like a compilation or like a video of just those small little funny experiences that I've had getting high. Yeah, that's all I remember about this trip though. Yeah, I wish I remembered more. To be honest, I it's kind of traumatizing to think about. Like every once in a while, when I think about that time, I get really like panicky. And I start looking around. And I get real anxious, thinking about Benadryl. But no, fuck that. I've been off of that shit for a long ass time. So yeah.